Hello, 5th grade, and welcome to this week's edition of A Miss Jensen Production. This week, we're going to be learning about comparing and contrasting. Ready, set, let's go. All right, 5th grade, let's start on your note sheet with our warm-up. The first warm-up question says, what does it mean to compare two things? Go ahead and write it on your paper. Go. All right, now compare with a partner. You're going to meet up with a partner. What do they have on their note sheet? What do they think it means to compare two things? Go. All right, let's see what I think it means to compare two things. I think when I'm comparing two things, it means I'm stating how they are similar, and I'm finding ways that two things are the same. Let's move on to our next warm-up question. Our next warm-up question says, what does it mean to contrast two things? The first thing you're going to do is record your answer on your note sheet. Go ahead and do so now. All right, now turn to a partner. What do they think it means to contrast? You may want to add some things that they have on their note sheet. Go. All right, let's see what I think it means to contrast two things. I think it means to state how they are different and to find ways they are not the same. Let's try this real quick with two people that we know. All right, so we all know Dr. Crane and we all know Dr. Weaver. I want to know what you think about comparing. All right, when we're practicing a skill, it's easy to try it with something we already know and are familiar with. So, we all know school really well. That's why we're here. And two people we see a lot on a daily basis are Dr. Crane and Dr. Weaver. I want you to try on your note sheet to compare and contrast these two lovely ladies. How are they the same and how are they different? If you need help using a Venn diagram, I would talk to somebody beside you or ask your teacher. All right, you should find 3 ways that these two ladies are the same and 3 ways that they are different. Go. All right, now meet with a partner. What did they find as similarities and differences when they were comparing and contrasting Dr. Crane and Dr. Weaver? Go. All right, let's see what I found. I found that they are both doctors, they both want to help students, and they both are part of the Price family. These are comparisons. These are ways I found that they were the same. But I also contrasted both of these wonderful women. Dr. Crane is the principal, while Dr. Weaver is the literacy coach. They both have different roles within our school. Dr. Crane has blonde hair. Dr. Weaver has brown hair. Dr. Crane has an office downstairs in the main office. Dr. Weaver has an office upstairs. I contrasted because I showed how both of these ladies were different. All right.
In the kingdom of Arendelle, there lived 2 princesses, Elsa and her sister Anna. One night when they were small, they were playing with ice created from Elsa's powers. Elsa showed off to Anna what she could do, but she accidentally shot at Anna, who passed out and became frozen. The king brought Anna to meet with the trolls. The troll elder cured Anna and recommended that Anna's memories of Elsa's magic got removed. He then said that Elsa's power could only grow when there would be great danger. Fear would be her enemy. The king ordered to have Elsa's powers hidden from everyone, including Anna. Elsa was locked away in a room. The king and queen passed away. 3 years later, it is Elsa's coronation day. After singing For the First Time in Forever, Anna bumps into a horse and falls into a boat. The horse belongs to Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. Anna gets acquainted with the handsome prince. Elsa is coronated. At the coronation ball, Anna meets Hans again. They spend some time together and decide to get married right away. When they tell Elsa about their wedding plans, Elsa disapproves. Elsa and Anna argue over this, and eventually Elsa gets mad. Anna accidentally pulls off Elsa's glove. Elsa fails to control her powers and shoots out some ice. This reveals her ice powers to everyone at the ball and outside the palace. People start to fear her, calling her a monster. Elsa decides to run off to the snowy mountains. She sings "Let It Go" and builds herself a magnificent ice castle there. Meanwhile, Anna sets out on a horse in search of her sister. Anna arrives at a trading post with Asana. There, she meets Kristoff and his reindeer, Sven. She orders Kristoff to take her to the North Mountains. On the way, they get attacked by wolves. They manage to escape the threat after jumping over a ravine, but the sled doesn't make it. Kristoff agrees to continue helping Anna because Anna promises to compensate for his sled with a new one. They continue their journey to the North Mountain where there's a lot of snow. There, Olaf the snowman appears. He is the same snowman Elsa and Anna created when they were little. Olaf is excited and wants to bring back summer. Meanwhile, Prince Hans, who is in charge of Arendelle, is distributing food and clothes to the people who are cold because of the snow caused by Elsa. His horse returns without Anna, and he says Anna is in trouble. He sends people to look for her. Anna, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf reach Elsa's castle. Anna tries to get Elsa to go home with her, but Elsa refuses. She is afraid she would hurt others with her uncontrollable powers, so she decides to be alone. Elsa again shoots out some ice blasts, and one hits Anna in the heart. Elsa again tells all of them to leave her alone, and she creates an ice golem that throws them out. Anna's hair turns white, and she gets cold because of the ice blast. Kristoff takes her to his troll friends to find a cure. The troll elder is unable to cure Anna this time because the ice blast struck the heart. Only an act of true love can unfreeze Anna's heart. Kristoff rushes off to Arendelle to find Hans, who may be able to cure Anna, since Anna is engaged to him. Hans arrives at Elsa's castle with some men. They encounter the snow golem outside the castle. Hans defeats it, and they go in to confront Elsa. Elsa puts up a fight, but in the end, she is still captured. Kristoff and Anna finally arrive at Arendelle. Anna is brought to Hans to get a true love's kiss, but Hans refuses. He reveals that he just wants to be the hero who will save Arendelle from destruction and bring back summer, thus becoming the new king. Anna is left alone to die in the room. Hans reports that Anna is killed by Elsa and charged her with treason, sentencing her to death. Just as Hans is about to confront Elsa, she manages to escape by using her powers. Olaf comes back to help a dying Anna. He spots Kristoff rushing back to Arendelle. Olaf takes Anna out of the castle, but a snowstorm is raging. Hans meets Elsa in the storm and tells her that Anna is dead because of her. As Elsa weeps in despair, Hans attempts to slash her from behind. Anna runs in to stop him. She turns into ice, and the magic shockwave sends Hans flying. Elsa is devastated seeing her sister frozen solid. However, Anna slowly turns back to normal. Anna's sacrifice to protect her sister Elsa is the act of true love needed to thaw her frozen heart. From this incident, Elsa realizes that she can use love to control her ice powers. She removes all the snow from Arendelle and gives Olaf a snow cloud. Prince Hans is captured and sent back to the Southern Isles. Anna gives Kristoff a brand new sled, and they kiss. Where the castle had crumbled has been repaired with ice. Peace and happiness has been restored in Arendelle.
On the Polynesian island of Motunui, the inhabitants worshipped the goddess Te Fiti, who brought life to the ocean using a Pounamu stone as her heart and the source of her power. One day, there was a shape-shifting demigod of the wind and sea, and
his name was Maui.
Maui steals the heart to give humanity the power of creation. However, Te Fiti disintegrates, and Maui is attacked by
Heka, a demon of earth and fire.
losing both his magical giant fishhook and the heart to the depths. A millennium later, Moana, daughter of Motunui's chief Tui, is chosen by the ocean to return the heart to Te Fiti. However, Tui arrives and takes Moana away, causing her to lose the heart. Tui and Moana's mother Sina try to keep her away from the ocean. To prepare her for ascension as the island's chief, Moana is frustrated by being contained in her village as she realizes. Years later, after Moana has grown older, a blight strikes the island, rotting the coconuts
I was husking the coconut.
and dwindling the number of fish caught.
Our traps in the East Lagoon, they're pulling up less and less fish.
Moana suggests going beyond the island's reef
What if we fish beyond the reef?
to find more fish, but Tui forbids it.
No one goes beyond the reef.
Sina explains to Moana that Tui is hard on her because
Because he was you.
him and his best friend tried going beyond the reef, but the friend died. Moana and her pet pig Pua try conquering the reef, but are overpowered by the ocean's tides and end up shipwrecked back on Motunui. Moana's grandmother, Tala, shows her a secret cave where a number of ships are hidden, revealing something. Tala explains they stopped when Maui stole Te Fiti's heart, and that Te Ka's darkness is...
Draining the life from island.
But it can be cured if Moana and Maui...
Restore the heart of Te Fiti.
Tala gives the heart to Moana. Tala falls ill shortly after and dies, but not before encouraging Moana.
Restore the heart of Te Fiti.
Moana sets sail on one of the hidden kamakau, accidentally accompanied by her dim-witted rooster, Heihei. Moana is caught in a typhoon and shipwrecked on an island where she finds the stranded Maui, who traps her
And thank you!
and steals the kamakau. But Moana catches up to him with help from the ocean.
Did not see that coming.
She demands that Maui,
Restore the heart!
but he refuses.
Oh, come on!
They are attacked by Kakamora, coconut-armored pirates,
They're kinda cute.
who seek to steal the heart by kidnapping Heihei the chicken, who ate the heart. But Moana and Maui outwit them. Moana realizes Maui is no longer a hero and convinces him to redeem himself by returning the heart.
Deal?
Deal.
Maui first needs to obtain his fishhook, which is located in...
Lalodai.
Realm of monsters?
Moana enters the lair of Tamatoa, a giant greedy coconut crab, using herself as live bait to distract him,
Of the month.
Because you're amazing!
and allowing Maui to climb atop the crab and retrieve his fishhook.
It's Maui time!
However, Maui discovers he cannot control his shapeshifting and loses confidence. Tamatoa reveals that Maui's first tattoo was earned when his mortal parents rejected him. Maui's parents,
They threw me into the sea like I was nothing.
so he spent his time trying to give humans
Anything they could ever want.
so that they would love him. But
It was never enough.
after reassurance from Moana, Maui regains control of his powers and then teaches her to sail. The two arrive at Te Fiti's island, only to be attacked by Te Ka, who damages Maui's fishhook. Fearful he will lose his power, Maui abandons Moana,
I'm not going back.
who tearfully asks the ocean to find someone else to restore the heart.
Choose someone else.
The ocean obliges and takes the heart from Moana. Tala's spirit appears, inspiring Moana to find her true calling.
Do you know who you are?
Moana decides to fulfill her destiny, retrieves the heart, and sails back to confront Te Kā. Maui returns, convinced by his tattoo to change his mind. But his fishhook is destroyed by Te Kā. Moana discovers Te Fiti is missing,
It's gone.
but realizes Te Kā is the goddess.
This is not who you are.
Moana restores Te Fiti's heart, transforming her back to normal. Te Fiti then heals the ocean and islands of Te Kā's poison. Maui apologizes to Te Fiti,
I have no excuse. I'm sorry.
who forgivingly restores his fishhook and goes into a deep sleep. Moana bids farewell to Maui,
See you out there, Maui.
returning home where she reunites with her parents and takes up the role of chief, setting sail on a voyage, accompanied from afar by Maui. And Tala.
Now that we watched the video summaries, I want you to look at your first compare or contrast opportunity. Who is the main character? Go ahead and record on your note sheet who is the main character of Frozen and who is the main character of Moana. Go. All right, now meet with a partner. Who do they believe is the main character of Frozen and Moana? Go. All right, let me show you what I was thinking. I believe that the main character of Frozen was a young girl named Anna. And I believe that the main character of Moana was a young girl named Moana. Now the real question, are these main characters similar or different? Go ahead and vote with your class now. Raise your hand if you think the main characters are similar. Good. Now raise your hand if you think the main characters are different. All right, let me show you what I was thinking. I think that they were similar. Both main characters are a young girl. All right, let's move on to the next one. What is the setting of the story? Go ahead and record on your paper. What is the setting of the story Frozen and what is the setting of the story Moana? Go. All right, now share with a partner. What do they believe is the setting of Frozen and what do they believe is the setting of Moana? Go. All right, let me show you what I was thinking. I think that the setting of the story Frozen was Arendelle, which is snow-covered mountains. I believe that the setting of the story Moana was on an island or in the ocean, which is sunny and sandy. Let's think about this. Are these settings similar or different? Raise your hand if you think they're similar. Good. Raise your hand if you think they're different. All right, let me show you what I was thinking. Ooh, I thought they were way different. I'm sorry, but snowy mountains do not resemble a beach at all. Let's try the next one. Who does the main character travel with? All right, I want you to record who the main character travels with for Frozen and Moana. Go. All right, now meet with a partner. Who does the main character travel with? Go. Let me show you what I was thinking. I think that in Frozen, Anna travels with Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf. Moana travels with Maui and Heihei. Are these traveling companions similar or different? Raise your hand if you think they're similar. Good. Raise your hand if you think they're different. Let's see what I was thinking. I believe that they're similar. I believe this because both main characters travel with a human companion and with an animal companion. Neither main character travels alone, so I believe that their traveling companions are similar. All right. The next question asks, what is the main character's goal? So if I think of Anna and I think of Moana, what is their goal of their adventure? All right, take a second and write it on your paper by yourself. Go. All right, now I want you to talk with a partner. You might want to add some of their responses to your note sheet as well if they have something that is different than what you believe. Meet with a partner. Go. All right, let's see what I was thinking. I believe that the goal in Frozen is that Anna wants to help her sister return home and control her power. I believe that the main character's goal in Moana is to return the heart of Te Fiti to save her island and thus her family. Are these goals similar or different? Raise your hand if you think they're similar. Good. Raise your hand if you think they're different. All right, let's see what I was thinking. I believe that they're different. Anna wants to help control one person, and it's a family member. Moana's returning something, which is a little bit different than just trying to find someone. All right, let's move on to the next one. What is the tone of the story towards people with magical powers? So to determine tone, you're thinking about how others feel about the character with powers. In Frozen, Elsa is the character with powers. How do people feel about her? In Moana, Maui is the character with powers. How do people feel about him? This one might take a little bit longer to write. So, teacher, I would pause the video now. Go ahead, take time to write. What is the tone of the story towards people with magical powers? Go. All right. You're going to meet with a partner now. When you meet with a partner, if they have something different than what you wrote for the tone of the story towards people with magical powers, you're also going to include their idea. All right? Go. All right, let's see what I was thinking. I believe that in Frozen, while Elsa has magical powers, she needs Anna to gain control of her powers. So, I believe that the tone of this story towards people with magical powers is that they still need others to help them. In Moana, while Maui has a magical fish hook, he needed Moana to help him return the heart to Te Fiti. I believe that the tone of the story towards people with magical powers is that people with powers still need others to help them. Maui needed Moana to help him gain control of his power again, especially when they had to go find his hook from the very, very fancy crab. All right, raise your hand if you think the tone of these stories towards people with magical powers is similar. Good. Raise your hand if you think the tone of the story towards people with magical powers is different. Go. Good. I believe that the tone of both of these stories towards people with magical powers are similar. Both of the people that had powers needed someone to help them have control over their power. Let's try the next one. What is the theme? Ooh, theme. I think we learned about this before. Theme is the lesson the author wants us to learn. Theme should be a complete sentence. Theme should never contain a character name. And a theme is true for everyone. Keep those in mind when you're answering this question. All right. What is the theme of both stories? Go. All right. Share with a partner. What theme did you find for each of these stories? If they have a different theme, remember, that's totally okay. You can have multiple themes for a story as long as you can defend your answer. If they have a different theme, record it on your note sheet. Go. All right, let's check out what I thought. I believe that the theme of Frozen is that love can overcome challenges. I believe that the theme of Moana is that adventure should be welcomed. Are these themes similar or different? Raise your hand if you think they're similar. Raise your hand if you think they're different. Awesome. I think that they're different. Maybe some of the themes that you had were similar or different to the ones that I have. All right, go back. I want you to think back into the story. What are 3 more similarities or differences that you noticed in Moana and Frozen? Go. All right, 5th grade, let's summarize our learning from the video today. How do you compare and contrast 2 stories? When you're thinking about this, you should include 3 details of things we did today. It could be from Dr. Crane and Dr. Weaver. It could be from Moana and Frozen. It could be an idea you had from something you learned before. But you should include 3 details to tell me how you compare and contrast 2 stories. Go. 5th grade, thank you so much for watching my compare and contrast video. I really hope you're learning a lot from these videos, and thank you for working hard. See you next week on a Miss Jensen production. Turtles are friends, not food.